board of the Niger Delta Development Commission has promised it will continue to support the staff cooperative estate project across the region. The NDDC Managing Director, Mr. Nsima Kere, gave this assurance at the groundbreaking ceremony for the NDDC staff cooperative estate at Mbodu Alu community in Ikwere local government area of River State. The NDDC boss, who was represented by the Director for Special Duties, says the project will align with the federal government's housing policy.
Actualizing an integrated regional housing scheme, which is one of the key factors in the Niger Delta Regional Development Master Plan, is the reason for this gathering. The turnout at the groundbreaking of the 252,530 square meters land space, which is expected to accommodate over 300 families when completed, is a sign of the benefit and community support for the project. The NDDC Managing Director, who is represented by the Director for Special Duties, Dr. Pt.3, is upbeat about the vision of the Commission.
We will make sure that the NDDC Cooperative Society take advantage of all existing opportunities in order to facilitate the rapid completion of all projects like this, not just in Port Harcourt, but in all states.
On behalf of our members and my MC colleague, I welcome you to this occasion, and I am confident that we will achieve our set objective in the administration of our cooperative.
The host community reels out the expectations from the Commission.
Let us seize the auspicious opportunity to thank you for citing your staff quarter in Mbodu community and assure you of our cooperation with you on this. Consequently, we will be requesting for employment opportunities for our teaming youth, both in your facility here and other places you have influence and interest.
Next, Dr. Ekanem, flanked by some officials of the NDDC, moves to officially commission the project.
The Son and the Holy Spirit.
Their next port of call is the landmark hotels in Port Harcourt, the state capital, to witness the launch of their water project, Oyster.
I stand here to launch this Oyster water today by unveiling this Oyster water for the use of humanity.
In line with the vision of the Commission, it is expected that these projects will add value and improve the living standards of the people.
That was a wonderful.
And now to some company news. Smartphone makers Infinix Mobility Limited has unveiled multiple award-winning Nigerian artist David Adeleke, also known as Davido, as its brand ambassador in Lagos. Infinix marketing manager says Davido has chosen to represent the brand because of his large fan base. He re-echoed the brand's innovative culture, which Infinix hopes Davido will help push even further.
Of smartphone users in Nigeria, it's important for manufacturers to stay ahead of their competitors. And one way of doing this is affiliating with big personalities, especially in the entertainment industry. That's what smartphone maker Infinix Mobility Limited had in mind when it sealed the deal with talented singer Davido. Signing the dotted line signifies the start of a long-lasting relationship between the two parties.
It feels good, like representing a big brand like Infinix. Like I heard earlier that we started around the same time, and since that time, the Davido brand and the Infinix brand have been growing to a different level, and now everything is like good worldwide. We're going to be doing shows, we're going to collaborate on music, we're going to collaborate on apps, and just representing the brand.
Infinix remains hopeful that this partnership will increase the demand for its products and Davido's craft.
So we want to, through the cooperation, we can achieve, we can work together. We can inspire the young professional and the next future. So which is means the future is now. We want to encourage the young people to achieve the dream, to challenge the norms, to be the creative thing, to do the creative thing, and to be the not the normal person. They can be creative, they can be different. brand. So, yeah.
We intend to tap into Davido's fan base, which is wide, is global, and we also intend to take new and innovative ideas from the entertainment world because we believe he's a creative brain. He's somebody that has a lot of ideas. The brand Infinix is a creative force in technology.
Infinix is a premium smartphone brand designed for the young generation who desire to live a smart lifestyle. The company, which was founded in 2012, reiterates its commitment to building cutting-edge technology and fashionable mobile devices.
Honeywell Flour Mills plc has again pledged its commitment to satisfying its customers' needs and compete favorably in the competitive food industry. According to the managing director of the company, Lanre Jayola, Honeywell Flour Mills will be more proactive to retain its customers by injecting fresh ideas into its productions.
During last year, if you recall, the Nigerian economy actually went into recession. That was the climax of it all. A lot of effort went into getting the economy back on its feet. And we came out of recession. Just the same way, Honeywell Flour Mills came out from a very, very unimaginable loss position, which we suffered for the very first time 2 years ago.
In addition to the good news, Honeywell Flour Mills discloses to its esteemed customers, all seated here, that the company is bringing innovation to the quality associated with the brand by changing the company and brand logo.
In terms of innovation, we'll continue to strive to satisfy you, our customers, in various ways, all in a bid to ensuring that we bring to you products and services that are superior and which will also enable you to experience growth in your respective businesses.
With over 20 years of experience, Honeywell Flour Mills plc plans to remain a dominant player in the industry, carrying its customers along.
I believe there should be a gathering like this once in a year so that we can brainstorm, address the challenges, and tell them where they are doing their best and where they are lacking.
One of the things that we are doing is to ensure that we are proactive in bringing out novel products that will wow the consumers, and that will give us an opportunity to stay ahead of competition.
Honeywell Flour Mills plc produces and markets 7 major product brands, which includes semolina, pasta, noodles, and wheat meal.
And all eyes are on multinationals in terms of the federal government's tax reforms. Kayode Okikiolu has the rest of the business stories.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you, Millicent, and welcome to Business News. The federal government has announced plans to extend its tax reforms to multinational companies operating in Nigeria. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was speaking at the 20th conference of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, explains that the new drive is expected to increase the nation's tax to GDP ratio to about 15% by 2020.
Also taking seriously measures to curtail tax evasion by multinational companies. I know that this is one of those issues that the Minister of Finance in particular is very passionate about. We must not hold the ordinary citizen to account for tax payments while allowing the powerful multinationals to capitalize on their size and smarts to slip away without scrutiny. We're also determined to ensure that no one is left at the mercy of unfair tax regimes. To this end, we've extended the reach of our double taxation avoidance agreements. There's no doubt that much has been achieved, by the unprecedented push to rewrite the tax narrative in Nigeria to ensure that everyone, citizens, businesses, investors, tax professionals, governments, all derive maximum benefit from the system. Earlier, I noted that as of May 2017, only 14 million economically active Nigerians pay taxes. I'm pleased to note that the number is now in excess of 19 million and still growing.
Niger's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. And elsewhere, Niger's Securities and Exchange Commission has been commended on its professionalism and dedication while it hosted the Secretariat of the Africa and Middle East Regional Committee of the International Organization of Securities Commissions. The commendation was made by the outgoing Vice Chairman of AMERC, Neze Hayat, at the official handover of the committee's leadership from Nigeria's SEC to Paul Muthaura of Capital Markets Authority of Kenya at the ongoing 43rd IOSCO Annual Conference in Hungary. Hayat lists the approval of Arabic as an additional official language of IOSCO as one of the monumental achievements of the committee under the leadership of Nigeria's SEC, and also commended AMERC under its leadership for ensuring that member countries, markets and investors benefited from the numerous policies of IOSCO. And sell pressure by investors continues to dominate trading activities at the domestic stock market following the impact of price drop from some big cap equities. Teniola Shobowale tells us more on this.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. It's the third straight session of sell-offs on the Nigerian Stock Exchange as more profit-taking by short-term continues to dominate proceedings. Wednesday's sessions recorded an 18 basis point further drop in the all-share index, while the total value of equities fell by 27 billion naira. The negative performance is attributed to the impact of price load-shed bellwether stocks from the banking and the consumer sector. 27 losers were led by an 8.33% price drop from Jupol, while 22 gainers were led by Veritas Capital Assurance, formerly known as Unity Capital. Total volume of shares traded for the day lowered compared to previous sessions at 341.05 million units, driven significantly by the shares of GT Bank. And that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Teniola Shobowale.
Thank you, Teniola. Now, major world markets end Wednesday's session higher on the back of strong rally in oil prices following U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. Here are some of the closing numbers. And that's business news. I am Kayode Okikiolu. It's now back to you, Millicent.
You first. First Bank.
Many thanks, Kayode. Still ahead on the news at 10, 8 schools advance to the next round of the Channel's International Kids Cup Lagos preliminaries. That's in sports news. Please stay with us.